You're right, everyone, welcome back to another video. It's another beautiful day today. Sun's shining again, which is rare. We've hit 70,000 miles on the Igo. And to celebrate, we're heading to Five Guys to get a burger. So I'm gonna bring you guys along and hope you enjoy the ride. Had to pay my insurance the other day, guys. Guess how much it was for the month? It was £75. That's another reason to buy an Igo, guys. The insurance is just so cheap. Like I mentioned in my other videos, I bought a Ford Fiesta first, and when I got insured on that, it was £125 a month. So this is like nearly half. Not quite, but. And that Fiesta was only a 1.25 as well. One for all the Hello Kitty and Sanrio fans there. Plus the road tax on this thing is like £20. We've got a C1 behind us there. I don't know if you can see it in the rear view mirror. That reminds me, did you guys see on the news the other day about that girl who got refused a job interview because her car was too old? I think she was like 19, 20, and she has a Citroen C1 from 2013, and she was applying for a job at a real estate firm, and she got denied an interview because her car was too old, they said. And in the reply that they sent her, they said something like, yeah, our research shows that older cars are more prone to breakdowns and are less reliable. And it's like, sure, some older cars are going to be prone to breaking down, but a C1 is like the one car that you can't say that about. It's literally the cornerstone of reliable old cars. Plus, the girl was like 19, 20. She's obviously on her first car, right? So if you're going to hire people from that age group, you can't be upset when they have the most typical first car of all time. Plus, how do they expect her to get a newer car if they won't give her a job to work for the money to buy one? And if they're not going to give out company cars, then I really don't think they have the right to be complaining about the cars that their employees are using. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of that if you saw it in the news, because I just thought it was funny. I thought it was an absolute joke. And then obviously when the story blew up and the company started getting a load of backlash, they offered the girl an interview. And it's just like, what a slap in the face. If she never went to the newspapers with that story, then it just would have been brushed under the rug. But they're trying to save a bit of face and say, oh yeah, we'll offer you an interview. Nah. I hope she turned down the interview, and I hope she's still cruising around in a C1 to this day, because these cars are mint. UK weather's been so weird recently. Like this morning, it was hailstoning so hard that the noise of it hitting my window woke me up. And I'm a heavy sleeper. So I got out of bed, and in like the 20 seconds it took for me to get up and get to the shower, the weather had turned into glorious sunshine, like it is now. And then it rained again, and now it's glorious sunshine again. Like, you can just never predict the UK weather. A thing that I've struggled with a lot since passing is bus lanes, like knowing when you can and when you can't go into them. Because each bus lane is different, right? So if you went in one bus lane at a certain time, you get a fine. But on the other hand, at that same time, if you went to a different bus lane, you'd be expected to go in it. Because when you're learning to drive, obviously you've got an experienced driver in the passenger seat who probably knows the area and will tell you, oh, you should go in this, or oh, you shouldn't go in this. But when you're on your own, and sometimes you will miss these signs, it's like, should I go in, should I not go in? Don't want to risk that fine, you know. They've gotten rid of a load of spaces and made spaces that only EVs can use. And they're always empty now. What do you guys think of EVs? I'm not opposed to them by any means, but I think I just like having a petrol car, you know. Right, we've pulled up, so let's go and get our Five Guys. Right guys, we're back in the car now. Five Guys is one of them places where like, you don't go that much, but when you do go, it's just so good. Plus they give you so much food, like, I've still got half a bag of chips in there, just chilling in the glove box. I say glove box, it's not really much of a glove box on these cars. They don't have a lid. Lid? Is that what you call it? Cover? You know what I mean.
Then take the first bite onto Kingston.
I know you can buy like third-party glove box covers for these cars, but I don't know if it bothers me that much, to be fair. If you know where I am right now, then you know, but that sort of leisure park over there is pretty decent. We've got like bowling, got a good cinema in there. Obviously got Five Guys. I think that's the only proper bowling we have around here. We do have like a little one in the town centre, but we're gonna get some bowling terms here, but the string pins, so they're like, the pins are on strings, right? So they don't fall properly when you bowl. But the one in there, no, it's decent. Anyone else have like a weird obsession with bowling, or is it just me? If any of you guys are like new drivers like me or learner drivers or whatever, let me know, what cars are you looking at for your second car? Because I know I've only just bought this one, I absolutely love this car. But when I'm bored at work or whatever, I'm always on Auto Trader. Speaking of which, there's an MX-5 there, and that's one of the cars I'm thinking of for my second car. I've just always loved them. You got like the really old ones, the NAs they're called, from like the 90s, up until the new ones, the NDs, but I just love all of them. I think if I had to choose, I'd probably choose an NB. I do love the MX-5. I know they struggle with rust a lot though. I've got to be wary of that. Or if there's any experienced drivers out there, let me know. What did you get for your second car, and do you recommend it? Guys, when I was in Five Guys before, we had all 4 seasons. I know I was talking about the weather before, and it just proved my point whilst I was in there. When I got in there, it was nice, right? It was sunny like this. And then I ordered my food, I turned around, and it was chucking it down. It was like torrential rain. I think a bit of like sleet was even mixed in there. And then I finished my food, I got out, it was nice again. You cannot predict UK weather. Is any other country in the world like the UK when it comes to weather? For example, when you go to Spain or whatever on holiday, it just feels like it's sunny 24/7. But with the UK, like, you'll get rain. Hey, my twin just drove past. You'll get rain, snow, sleet, hail. You get every weather condition within like 20 minutes of each other. I feel like you don't really see Igos in this colour that much. Obviously, we saw one just back there. I think that's probably like the 3rd one I've seen since I bought this car. I'm gonna head back home now, so I'm gonna call the video here. But again, thank you so much for watching today. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.